Welcome to Lunch Break from the newsroom of the Ann Arbor News. I'm reporter Stefanie Murray, and today I'm joined by Cheryl Elliott, the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation. Cheryl, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for asking.
In today's newspaper, reporter Joe Mathis has a story about a $1 million parting gift that the Pfizer Foundation has given to the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation. As we all know, Pfizer is closing its research and development labs in Ann Arbor this year, and it's been a big blow to our community in many ways. And nonprofits have really been hurt a lot, as Pfizer was a big charitable giver in our community. For example, Pfizer employees in 2006 gave between $3 and $4 million to local nonprofits, and Pfizer itself awarded more than $1 million in community grants that year. So Cheryl, first, I hope that you could tell us a little bit about the significance of this money, and also how does it compare to other one-time large gifts that the foundation has received?
Well, as far as the gift, it's certainly one of our largest gifts that we've ever received. What's different about this gift is that we will grant this out in its entirety. Typically, when the Community Foundation receives gifts, they become permanently endowed. We do not spend the gift. That's what community foundations are all about as part of their mission to build endowment. But this is the largest single gift we've ever received that is to be immediately dispersed. And by immediately, we will do this in as timely a fashion as we can in the most effective way. It was totally unexpected. The community certainly had hoped for some kind of financial contribution and had made an ask on behalf of the community. We were part of a SWAT team, the Quality of Life SWAT team. So we're quite pleased to steward this gift on behalf of the community.
And so is it at Pfizer's request that it be given out in its entirety quickly, or is that just something that you decided?
The gift is totally unrestricted.
Okay.
But I think the need is there now, and so we understand that, and so we will try to make sure that this gift gets into the community in the most effective way as soon as we can. Yeah.
And so I understand that Dr. David Cantor, who heads the local Ann Arbor site for Pfizer, gave the gift to you before the holidays?
Well, what happened was, actually, it's interesting. We met on December 14th. When I say we, Roger Frazier from the city and Michael Finney from Sparks, Andy Rupp from United Way, Ken Fisher from UMS, and the Community Foundation met with Pfizer officials, and David Cantor was there, as a bit of a response to the ask that the community had made for some philanthropic support. And at that meeting, and that was December 14th, it didn't look likely that there would be any actual cash gift. We were more or less told that. What Pfizer's focus was going to be, what they thought would be most meaningful, was to really help get the site situated, get tenants in there, and help with economic recovery, that would benefit the community most in the long term. In fact, the words that Dr. Cantor used were it would be manna from heaven if any kind of financial gift came in. So much to my surprise, a week later, on December 21st, when I met with David, he let us know that the Pfizer Foundation had decided to make this $1 million gift. It's totally unrestricted. There are no strings on how the foundation is to disperse it. It's not to be for endowment. It's to be given out in the community. So it was a wonderful early holiday gift. Yeah, that's for sure. We were very pleased.
Well, the foundation has worked with Pfizer extensively in the past than when they were here.
Yeah, there are a number of ways that we've partnered with Pfizer. Pfizer is part of a group of local funders called Community, has a program called Community Grants that is an online grant-making system that was put together, and so we've partnered with Pfizer in that way. Certainly Pfizer is part of some community collaboratives like Success by Six as a funder. We have held some temporary funds for Pfizer, particularly for Southeast Ypsilanti. We've interacted with Pfizer in numerous ways. We've not been a beneficiary of their grants, because certainly the Pfizer Foundation has matched employee gifts to the Community Foundation, but that $4 to $5 million that Pfizer would award annually went to, what we think of as the more traditional nonprofit organizations, arts and culture, health and human services, the environment, and so forth.
So tell us a little bit then about your purpose and who your foundation helps.
The Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation has been serving Washtenaw County since 1963. Our purpose is to build a permanent endowment. Our assets today are over $52 million. And as far as our mission, we're here to improve the quality of life by serving donors and awarding grants, and also being a leader in the philanthropic community. So we do a lot of collaborative work with a lot of different nonprofit organizations, as well as the colleges and universities, K through 12, other foundations. So there are a lot of partnerships that we're involved with.
Now we know that there is some immediacy involved in how you will to give out the gift. What will be the process that the Community Foundation will undertake to figure out how to do that?
Sure. We don't know. We're not 100% sure yet. Our board will meet later in this month, and our executive committee will have an initial meeting about this next week. So right now it's been staff talking about different ways that this money might be awarded. We'll certainly look at what Pfizer's priorities have been as far as their grant making in the community. We'll look at where the real current need is. The board will probably make a decision on what this grant award program will look like in either, I'm guessing our February board meeting. We hope to announce the whole process to the community in March. We hope to make the grant decisions in the fall, so that the money is beginning to be dispersed later this year and into 2009. The Pfizer funding, as I understand it, the nonprofits have Pfizer dollars through September 30th. I think the calendar year for Pfizer is that, as far as their fiscal year is concerned. So,
well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
You, and thank you for joining us during lunch break from the newsroom of the Ann Arbor News. I'm reporter Stefanie Murray.